The following presentation is general in nature and should not be considered as financial advice. Please do your own research, consider this information wisely, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Hey guys, welcome back to lesson number 3, part 2, how to assess cryptocurrencies. On the last lesson, my name's Crypto Neil, if you didn't catch that already. On the last lesson, what we did is we had a bit of a look at how to assess cryptocurrencies. What should I look for? What supply, the ranking, what exchanges is it selling on, have a bit of a browse of the website, have a bit of a browse of the white paper, see what it does, what pain point does it solve, and see who's doing it and what their partners are. Now today, what I'm going to have a bit more of a look at is why does the price go up and down? So you might notice in something like Substratum, I think we were looking at yesterday, as well as we were looking at Storm, but Substratum, you can see the price goes up and down. Now there's a few different reasons for that, so I'll go into that. So the first reason, and look, these reasons go across everything. They go across stock markets, they go across Forex, they go across all the different types of things. So I'm going to run you through a little bit of basic technical analysis, and then I'm going to run you through a little bit of basic fundamental analysis today, okay? So in order to help us with the technical analysis, the explanation, what I've done is I've gone onto one of my favorite websites, BabyPips. It's so simple to use, so simple to learn. So you go babypips.com, then you can go into education, how to trade Forex. So if we click that link, it comes up with the page that I already had loaded, and School of Pipsology. Are you new to trading Forex? Well, we're not trading Forex, we're trading cryptocurrency. I'm actually going to just move myself off the screen. There we go. So, are you new to trading Forex? Blah, blah, blah. So what you can do is you can learn all about everything to do with technical analysis, which is fantastic, and also a little bit of fundamental analysis. But just for the sake of time, obviously, what is Forex? We're not learning about Forex. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go down to support and resistance levels. So let's scroll up here. Support and resistance. Support and resistance is one of the most widely used concepts in Forex trading, or any kind of trading for that matter, really. Strangely enough, everyone seems to have their own idea on how you should measure Forex support or resistance. So let's take a look at the basics first. So you can see here in this particular graph, there's a bit of resistance point, and there's support. It goes up to resistance, support, resistance, support. So that's the way a normal a market would work. It will go up, down, in a zigzagging pattern. When Forex market moves up, or when any market moves up, we'll say the cryptocurrency market in this circumstance, and then it pulls back, the highest point reached is now a resistance point. As the market continues up, the lowest point reached before it started back is now a support level. So in this way, resistance and support are continually formed as the cryptocurrency market oscillates over time. The reverse is true for the downtrend. So I'm going to skip through it a little bit. As I said, we can see here there's an obvious level of support. It's gone down, it's bounced back up, so it's created support. It's gone down, the same line, the candles obviously break out a little bit past it, as it says, and then it goes back up. So you can see that's a level of support now. Same as this would be a level of resistance now. It's gone up, gone down, gone up to the same point, and then gone all the way back down. Now, how do we truly know if support or resistance is broken? So we never really know. So you can see here's the support level, it goes down through it, and then bounces back up. So there's little breakouts, what they call. It can actually break out. Obviously, you can read all this in your own time if you're wanting to. As I said, babypips.com, then go up to the top and then learn. Now, you only want to plot intentional movements. That's a very, very good point. So you can see support zone, resistance zone, obviously here, quite obvious, and then support zone. So you can see how we can actually, how basically easy it is for anyone to sort of just look at a graph, have a bit of a look at it, and see what's going on. Now, you can see they talk about minor support and strong support. So strong support obviously hits that, bounces, hits it, so it's hit it twice, so it's strong. Minor resistance, it's hit it a little bit, and then it's gone right down, and then it's hit it a little bit again and gone back down. So you can see here that's a minor resistance, minor support. It's only hit that once, then it's continued to go up, then it's gone down, up, and you can see here there's minor support. And ironically, as soon as it goes through those, as soon as it breaks out through either of those, it does normally continue up for an amount of time. And so that's what you're looking for. You're looking for what they call breakouts. Now, as an example, I'm going to use substratum. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm not going to use this chart. You can use this chart if you want to. Like, we can zoom right in here, have a bit of a look at it. But what I'm going to use is I'm going to use tradingview.com.au. Oh, sorry, just.com, tradingview.com. We're not in Australia. Not all websites are based in Australia, would you believe it? So tradingview.com, and then I've taken the liberty to load the substratum graph already. I've done it on a 1 hour graph. Some people like to look at the 15-minute graph. We'll just click off that ad there. Some people like to look at the 15-minute graph. Some people like to look at the daily. It just depends on what you're actually trading in terms of what's your time frame for trading. So usually I like to look at the hour or the 15 minutes. If I'm really doing a bit of a day trade, I try not to do that as much though these days. Can get you in a little bit of trouble. So you can see those zigzagging patterns happening here. This is the live substratum compared to Bitcoin. You can see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So you can see there was a bit of what I could say a bit of resistance here. It's just broken through it a little bit, and then now it's just broken through the resistance, so we could continue to see it go down possibly, okay? Something like this one here is actually a perfect example of it, where we can see, I'm just going to draw the line on it. You can see here that it's hit it, bounced up, hit it, bounced up, hit it, bounced up, hit it, bounced up, gone through it, bang, straight down to what is roughly a new resistance point here. I can put in another ray here, and so on and so forth. You can see that. I'm just going to remove those out now though. So as soon as it goes through that, then obviously it'll go down again, or vice versa. Over here you can see it was having a bit of a good period. There was a bit of resistance here. I'd probably put my line about here if I was doing it. I go up, and you can change the color of these lines. Obviously we'll go for white. So go up, goes all the way up, all the way down, up again. So you can see it's hit that twice. It sort of stopped there a little bit, so that's where I'd be putting my resistance line. And then it goes down to this support line as well. So you can plot that support line. So it's sort of bouncing in that range, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. All of a sudden it goes through that, bang, straight up, and then it forms a new support and resistance line. And would you believe it, as per usual, the old resistance line is now the support line. So you can see very similar over here. It's pretty close enough. Look, this is an exact science. Usually we go for like areas. So you can see here, as soon as that support and resistance, we'll zoom out, that's perfect. As soon as the report, see that support level that we had here, it stays over here as well. So that's what people mean when they're talking about support and resistance. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense now. Now the other thing that you should be looking for as well in technical analysis is trend lines. So trend lines, I'm going to scroll up. Trend lines are probably the most common form of technical analysis in any type of trading. They're probably one of the most underutilized as well. If drawn correctly, they can be as accurate as any other method. Unfortunately, most Forex traders don't draw them correctly or try to make them line fit the market instead of the other way around. So in order to draw a trend line, all you have to do is locate two major tops or bottoms and connect them. And that's it. So let's do it on our substratum one. I'm going to change it to a trend line. There's a top. There is, you can see it's sort of hitting those tops. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go from here. Probably a little bit more accurate to go here. And you can see this is going down at the moment. So what people will be hoping for is it'll break that line like it did here, except this time it'll actually keep on going up and up. Hide for now. We don't want to have ads. And again, you can even draw with the bottoms. You could draw something like that, which you can actually do here, parallel channels. So all sorts of analysis you can do. Whoops, drawing an extra line there. All sorts of analysis you can do. You can see it drops through here, and it stays down as soon as it gets back in that channel. But that's a little bit of an abnormality. Anomaly even. I'm going to delete that. Cancel. We want to delete that one. And then say I want to draw support and resistance lines here. Again, here's a bit of a support and resistance line. You can see that 1, 2, 3 over here, 4, and then sort of goes through there. And then, would you believe it, comes a resistance line. So it's hit that twice since then. And that's where we're at the moment. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense in terms of technical analysis. Obviously, you can do a lot more research. You can learn about Japanese candlesticks, Fibonacci, moving averages. You could look into Elliott wave theory, all the different types of things. I'd advise you to do that in your own time. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about that for another 2-3 hours. But yeah, definitely have a look at this website. As I said, babypips.com, and click on the education. All right. Now, the second thing that will actually make a difference, now let me just here with the technical analysis. So support and resistance and trend lines, we've already talked about those. So comparison as well. So that's actually a really good point. So what's the history of the charts? Is it rising or falling? Is it at an all-time high, or is it falling? So we'll go back to this one with Substratum. I'll zoom out a little bit. It's clearly not an all-time high. If anything, it's probably falling. But I believe that would be more indicative to the entire market, because Bitcoin has been falling as well since around about that area. So you can see that's gradually going down, obviously. So possibly, I'm not saying it is, but possibly it could be a good time to buy Substratum or buy any real cryptocurrency at the moment. You can even see there's a bit of a resistance line around here. It's bounced off it here, 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 and here, if that makes sense. And that's obviously zoomed out quite a lot over days. So that's Christmas Day, and that's where we are at the moment. So by having a bit of that in your arsenal, a bit of that in your cryptocurrency trading weaponry, you can very easily look at graphs and identify them very quickly. What a similar type of cryptocurrency is doing. That is a very, very good thing to look at. So say you look at we'll go back to CoinMarketCap. We'll look at all of them. Now we're Substratum. Or say even we go down further. Let's just say I think that a big one's Burst as an example. It has 1.8 billion circulating supply at the moment. The price is 4.5 cents. So, and it's worth $82 million market cap. Now, say, as an example, I think Burst is actually pretty similar. As a matter of fact, it's even a little bit better than, let's go up the top here, than IOTA. Now, obviously those two projects are not related, but I'm just going to compare them just for the sake of this tutorial. So say if I think IOTA and Burst are related, IOTA's with a $6.7 billion market cap. I'm going to copy that number. I'm going to put it in the calculator. Oop, that didn't work, so let's just type it out. 6.7 billion. I'm going to make sure I will do the right amount of zeros. There we go. Nope, that's 670 million. $6.7 billion worth of market cap. Then you go back to what were we looking at again? We were looking at Burst Coin. Burst Coin, that $1.8 billion supply. You know what? I think that it's probably going to be about it's going to go similar levels to IOTA for whatever reason. You have your reasoning behind that. Divided by 1.8 billion. Let's again check the amount of zeros. It's 180 million. That's 1.8 billion. The price is going to be $3.72. Now, $3.72 from 4 cents, huge gains. Obviously, what is that? 93 times gains. So if you were to put $1,000 in that one, and again, I've just picked a random coin. I'm not saying it's going to go up to IOTA's levels, but if you put $1,000 in that one and it did go up to IOTA's levels, it'd be $93. Oh, sorry, it'd be 93 times your money. So $1,000 equal 93,000. And that's what it is about multipliers already. And that's how you calculate the price. It's market cap divided by supply. So expected market cap divided by supply. Now, that obviously that takes into account the current market cap, which we were talking about last video, being the $547 billion worth of market cap. One thing that you do have to remember is cryptocurrency as an overall is going up. Now, some people think that it's a bubble, some people think that it won't last, but look, generally speaking, overall it's going up. Now, I'm going to put my face back on the screen here. So you can see that one of the people that we were having a look at on Twitter, $200 trillion in stocks, cash, bonds, and gold around the world. All four overvalued, and that's true. If 2%, and we're not talking all of them, we're just talking 2%. If 2% of that ends up in cryptocurrency, you have a $4 trillion market cap. That's 7 times where we are today. And if Bitcoin holds its current market share, that would be put at $80,000. But say in the example of what we were looking at here, we thought that this Burst coin was going to go up to the IOTA levels. We also have to times that by 7. Hypothetically, if what Ronnie was saying is correct, and say 2% does go into crypto, we do have a $4 trillion market cap, which isn't unbelievable, to be honest. It would be 651 gains. So $1,000, you would have over $500,000. So you can see how there's money to be made, obviously, in cryptocurrency. So that's what we look at for that one. Now, fundamental analysis. That's the next one. Oops, I didn't show you the other slide. I completely forgot about it. So, as I said, where can it go? Calculate the multipliers. Calculate is market cap divided by supply. That's pretty straightforward. Now, fundamental analysis is more looking at news, is looking at coin burns or changes in supply, because sometimes cryptocurrencies tend to actually change their supply. They might burn the coin to make it a little bit more valuable if no one is buying it. Events, what's coming up, forks, rebranding, white paper releases, etc. Okay, so where do you find all that information? Well, a good website, and I'm going to put all the links to the website we discussed today. A good link to the website is coinmarketcal.com. That's CoinMarketCal, so only one letter different to CoinMarketCap, coinmarketcal.com. Now you can see heaps of different, there's thousands and thousands of things happening, as in today is January 27 for myself, that's when I'm filming this. So, Veros is getting a new website. Whatever Veros is, I don't know, so you might want to have a look into that one. Or say you see that 10x is going to be on Fox Business, which is pretty cool. So they go on Saturday morning in America, or Saturday afternoon or evening, it looks like. They'll be on Fox Business. So, Dr. Julian Hosp, I'm sure, will be getting on there and plugging 10x and telling how good cryptocurrency is. And 10x is a very, very good cryptocurrency. I love 10x. Things like Tesla coin, I've never even heard of that one, etc., etc. And there's pages and pages. You can even go by, sometimes you can go by last added or hot events. So let's see what's hot at the moment. Search. So Tron is getting listed on a new exchange. That's pretty cool. Tron on a very large exchange by early January. So everyone believes that Tron's going to be listed on a brand new exchange. A Tron coin burn is happening 31st of March. Everyone loves Tron in the hot ones. Hemp coin, Rebellious, token burn. We're going to be burning the remaining tokens. So all this type of stuff can affect the market. So that's called fundamental. That's just news, forks, rebranding, etc. Now, look, you can't be on top of everything. Where do I sort of find all the coins and news? Unless this is your full-time job and you wanted to get up every morning, read every single thing that happens in the market, CoinMarketCal, every day, find out all the new things, try and get in early on that stuff, and try and find new coins and what have you. So one of the places that I like to get coin news is Twitter. I like to subscribe to, if I own the coin, I'll subscribe to their official Twitter account. So here's an example, Substratum. I would subscribe to them. Now, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at NeilAJA, N-E-I-L-A-J-A. And hopefully I can provide a little bit of value. Sometimes I talk about sport and other things. It's not all about cryptocurrency. There's my personal account. Hopefully I'll be starting a new one very soon, just for cryptocurrency. But in terms of this one, you can see first dApp has been built on Substratum, which is pretty cool. CryptoPay will allow any website to use cryptocurrency gateway portable to Stripe, brings to credit card processing. Wow, that is pretty cool. So things like that really will affect it. When that news gets out and say this CryptoPay gets up and going, any website in the world can use it. So it's not going to be tomorrow. It'll probably be 6 months time. Substratum could be going up in value, depending on, obviously, if this CryptoPay is an absolute failure, it's going to go down in value. So you can see here that you can get a lot of news from Twitter. There's a lot of people to follow. I'm going to put some of them down the bottom underneath because I don't want this video to go on all night. Now, some other things that we can look at. Let me just get back to Reddit. YouTube is a big source. I love watching YouTube. Obviously, you're on there right now, but I love watching YouTube in terms of some of the good cryptocurrency people out there. Have very, very smart things to say. Telegram, as I said before on the last video, the cryptocurrencies Telegram is a very, very good source of information. A lot of upcoming news and what have you. I mean, look, they're very hard to follow. If you own 20 cryptocurrencies, people are talking all the time in the Telegrams. It's very, very hard to follow. A lot of them have announcement channels. Just try and follow those ones. Facebook, other messenger apps such as Slack or Discord, and as I said before, CoinMarketCal and CoinMarketCap. And as I said, CoinMarketCap even does have that feature. We discussed it last time, the social feature, where you can have a look at tweets. You subscribe to their Twitter. There's the one that we were looking at before. You can look at Reddit, see the link to their Reddit. That's not very nice language down the bottom there. But you do have to be careful. Obviously, as I said, you've got to look for people shilling their coins. People can post referral links on Twitter. They can post different things. They may just be a whale shilling a coin that's on a pump and dump. It could be just a terrible project wanting to get your money. Could be anything. So you really do have to take everything with a grain of salt, get it confirmed by multiple sources, and then have a look into it yourself. See if it's actually real or not. That's why I like CoinMarketCal, because as you can see, a lot of all the ones you get to vote on them. So there's been 3,000 votes on this Tron listing, and 92% of people say it's real. So there you go. And then if we want to have a look at the proof, as I said before, there's the proof. It's on a tweet, and that's Justin Sun. He's the guy who invented Tron, or he's the guy, the CEO of Tron. So he would be the one who would be retweeting that, and that's obviously verified. Maybe that tweet's deleted or what have you, who knows. But there you go. So be careful, as I said, not all news is true. Alrighty, and there's huge amount of people shilling their coins, trying to make money off you. There's huge money to be made. Alright, well look, thanks so much. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of idea about technical analysis, about fundamental analysis in cryptocurrency, and I'll see you next time on the next video.